Hey Virgo, welcome to my space, welcome to my channel. This is 𝑍𝑊𝋼🍊🖼 Tarot. This is going to be your October 2022 messages, okay? This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Those 4 placements are what I'm reading for. If these messages do not resonate, please check out your other signs and other placements that I have uploaded already. Okay, so Virgo, before I jump into your reading really quickly, I just wanted to let you guys know, for those of you who may have gone back to see if there were any September readings, I completely skipped September because I had a death in my family. My grandfather passed away, kind of unexpectedly, and I had to go out of town for a few weeks in September to be with my family. So that's why I do not have any September readings up for the month of September. So anyway, just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know why I skipped your reading. I like to make sure I keep you guys up to date as best I can. So let's go ahead and jump into your reading, Virgo, for the month of October 2022, both Libra and Scorpio season. Happy birthday to all of you who may have Scorpio or Libra star or sun signs, and you're just checking out your Virgo placements. Happy birthday to all of you guys, okay? So let's go ahead and see, Virgo, what the universe has in store for you October 2022 for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for October 2022. All right, let me just see where I'm going to set your cards. Okay, so Virgo, we have flow and then we have faith. Very appropriate cards to have together. Flow and faith. Virgo, there's a lot of people out there who believe that your energy pushes us to perfectionism, that pushes us to look at the finer details, right? Make sure everything is in order and organized. That's, to me, that's what Virgo pushes us, pushes us to make sure if there's any minor details that need to be fixed, that we fix them. Now, however, we do have magic at the bottom of the deck. So there are some things that in the month of October that you want to have control over it, right? You want to make sure that they're in the right place. However, the universe is saying, make sure that you are going with the ebb and flow of change. Whatever is flowing, let it flow. Don't try to get in the way of it. Don't allow anxiety or fear, maybe OCD, maybe there may be some OCD in there for some of you, like literally like there's OCD. Or there's just this idea of perfectionism where you may feel that's going to be a train wreck, so I need to reach over there and fix that. In the month of October, I don't see that being necessary. Okay? This is about having faith, and that can be hard for some of you, Virgo. Having faith can be very difficult for a lot of us, not just you. Especially when we are so used to foreseeing certain events happening because of certain occurrences or certain patterns of behavior from other people. You may have in your mind that, well, this normally happens at this time, or anytime that I try to do this, this ends up backfiring. And you may feel the need before anything. Sometimes we block our own blessings. Before our blessings hit, we end up screwing it up because we end up putting our hands in places where they shouldn't be. We should be focused on something else. But we're so focused on one thing that we're so afraid of not working out correctly or not being perfected that we're constantly chiseling away at it. And then we look back and we realize that we chiseled away a little bit too much, okay? Because we're trying to fix imperfections when sometimes there's nothing that needs to be fixed. We just need to change our perspective of that thing. Go with the flow, Virgo. Go with the flow. Have confidence that whatever this situation is, it could be just a general situation, it could be your personality in general, it could just be about a specific person, place, or thing. Whatever this is, you do not need to beat against the current here. This is not the time to overdo things. This is a time to just, like the card says, have faith. Let the magic happen, right? There's no need to overdo. There is no need to overthink. There's no need to over-explain. If there's someone in your life where you feel like you're constantly over-explaining things to them, there may come a time where you realize, you know what, why am I explaining this to this person? Why am I so caught up in this person understanding my truth or understanding my path? Who cares, right? Just let it go. Let your life flow. People who don't get it, they just are not going to get it. Who cares? You know, you kind of have to look at it that way. And there are people, Virgo, where they will have a very imperfect perspective of who you are as a person. And you may feel that I need to do something about it. Like I need to change their perspective about me. No, you don't. No, you do not. Okay. Interesting. Let's go ahead and see a little bit more, Virgo. October 2022 for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Spirit guides. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for October 2022. Let's see. Okay, very interesting. You have the Moon in Aquarius that was chosen for you. It says free spirit, your inner child, your inner wild child awakens. So there are those of you, you're just throwing your hands up with somebody or someone. I mean, someone or something, where there are those of you who feel like you're kind of you feel claustrophobic. You feel like someone is squeezing you or backing you into a corner, trying to keep you in a box because they're trying to figure out, why are you doing that? Why do you dress like that? Why do you believe that? And you may, again, like I said, some of you guys may feel like you have to over-explain things to people to make them feel comfortable about where you're going or what you're doing with your life. If it's not hurting them, why do they care? Right? If you like to dress a certain way, if you like piercings, if you like to wear a certain color all the time, if you like to wear your makeup a certain way, not wear makeup, you know, if you cut or grow your hair out a certain way or color your hair a certain way, if you like to go out to, you know, interesting places, you know, you like to do new things, you hang out with a certain group of people, there may be people in your life who are just like, why? Explain to me why you're doing these things. Make me understand. Help me understand. And it's like, I don't need to help you understand anything. Okay, that could be for some of you. Now, others of you, the number 23 or 11 might be significant for you, maybe in age or year or decade. But others of you, Virgo, when I see this free spirit here, which is good to see, some of you guys have a moon in Aquarius, or you're dealing with someone with a moon in Aquarius. We are in the age of Aquarius, which says a lot. But free spirit here also shows me that you may be putting yourself in a box. It may not be other people. You may feel that, oh, I can't be who I truly want to be. I can't really speak my truth because I might step on some toes. I might hurt some people's feelings. It's going to fall on deaf ears, or it's going to make people angry. It's going to cause debate. Who cares? You'll never know until you actually try. If you don't open yourself up to being who you truly you want to be, how do you know people are going to not like you or embrace you? And so what if they don't? There's going to be people out there who will. Some of you guys want to change your job. Some of you guys want to go get a degree or a new degree or change your career. Some of you guys want to travel someplace. Maybe you want to travel the world. Do it. What are you waiting for? Bottom of the deck, like that's why I was saying it was interesting. It's the sun in Aquarius. So you have the moon and the sun in Aquarius. So big time Aquarius energy, you guys. So there may be an Aquarius that enters your life to really show you the ropes on understanding how to truly be yourself and live your life to the fullest and to really speak your truth. But there are others of you have a lot of Aquarius in your chart, in your sun sign or in your moon sign or your rising sign, your Venus, whichever. But it says readiness for change, sun in Aquarius, opportunity. Any opportunity that you skip over or that you ignore or you don't grasp, Virgo, you may place the blame on, oh, I can't do it because this person, or I can't do this because I'm in this relationship. I can't do that because what are my friends going to think? I can't do this because my parents. I can't do this because my job or my living situation or my money situation. Some of those actually sound like, pretty valid reasons, but like they're still excuses, Virgo. They're still excuses. Or if there's someone outside of you who's making you feel like, well, you can't really do that because like that's not allowed, that's taboo, or that's weird. You're just going to let people tell you what to do, Virgo? Like, it's, that's kind of how you have to think about it. It's like, am I really going to let these people control me? Am I really going to let my thoughts of fear and anxiety control me? And others of you, Virgo, you really need to be open to making mistakes here. It's okay to make mistakes. That's what being a free spirit is. That's just what being free to be yourself is. It's about making mistakes, but not beating yourself up over it, because why? You learn from it. That's how you perfect something. You perfect it by making mistakes, by being open to stumbling. You can't really perfect something if you're constantly trying to stop a mistake from happening. Or if you're trying too hard to fix other people's mistakes. It's not your responsibility. They have to fix their mistakes. If you're trying to stop somebody from hurting themselves or getting into some trouble, that's up to them. It's not up to you. You can only do so much with that. There's only so much you can do for other people. At the end of the day, we all are responsible for our life's outcome. We all are responsible for the legacy or the image that we leave behind when we pass on to the next life. We are responsible. I am responsible for my life. You are responsible for your life. No one else. Unless you're maybe like a newborn or a toddler or a child, right? Yes, there are people who are responsible for you in your life at that time. But I'm pretty sure majority of you I'm speaking to are adults. And you're responsible for your life. You're not responsible for leading a perfect life. You're just responsible for living. You're responsible for living at all costs, no matter who tells you no, no matter who tells you, well, I don't want to say at all costs, because I don't live happily at the expense of others, okay? I don't want to say at all costs, but you want to live happy no matter how much life knocks you down. There is something inside of you, Virgo, for some of you, where you just may get this idea like, I want to travel the world. I want to go to this country. I want to travel to this state. I want to go on a road trip. Or I want to go on a cruise. I want to get my, maybe some of you guys want to get a pilot's license. I don't know where that's coming from. Or get yourself a motorcycle. Some of you guys may decide, I want to start riding horses, or working with animals. Others of you may decide, I want to be vegan, or maybe, I'll try to eat this type of cuisine, whatever it is that you choose to do. And if there's somebody around you, or maybe you had parents who brought you up that way, where they're just like, you can't do that. That's not, that's not appropriate, or that's weird, or why do you have to dress like that? Why do you have to hang out with those people? You may have had parents who are really, really, really strict, or they made you feel like everything that you did was not perfect. Even if you did something right, it was still like, well, you could have did this. You know what I mean? You probably had parents who were just very nitpicky, or they were perfectionists. And if you didn't do things a certain way, they were not happy with you. Maybe you had other siblings. Maybe they were doing pretty well in life, and maybe you weren't. Maybe you wanted to go a different route, or maybe you did go a different route. Maybe you did live a rough life and your siblings didn't, and your parents made you feel like an outcast, or maybe that's just how you felt. And now you're at a point in your life now where you feel like this perfectionist, and you have a hard time going with the flow of things. You have a hard time having faith. And others of you, it may be a good idea in the month of October to actually turn to faith, religion, spirituality. You may realize that having faith is actually very effective for you. instead of trying to always just take the practical route. Practicality is important, yes. I'm not saying that it's not important. But having faith in a higher power, in your higher self, is just as important. Okay? Let go of control. Let go of control. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot, you guys. Give me 1 second. Let's pull some tarot, you guys, for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for October 2022. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for Virgo, October 2022. Let's see. Two of Cups. So there is definitely someone that's very significant to you. It does not have to be romantic. It can be. Could also be a thing or a place that is very near and dear to your heart. Or maybe you may have traveled someplace or worked someplace for a time, and you just fell in love with that place, and you're like, I can see myself working here. I can see myself living here. It's definitely possible, Virgo. But others of you, this is romantic. This is a partnership where you and another person, you know, you really have a lot of passion and love for each other. But you or the other person have a hard time with going with the flow. Either they're being too hard on themselves, therefore they're hard on you, or you're being too hard on yourself, therefore you're not really giving your person enough room to grow as a person the way they see fit. Be very careful with that. Now, others of you, if this is a romantic partnership or a friendship, there is some great opportunity for growth here for the both of you. I do see someone here wearing a beaded bracelet. There's also someone, one of you, you have longer hair than the other person, or they have longer hair than you. Okay, there's someone who also has a very magical vibe to them, or they practice magic in some way, shape, or form. Whether they're a witch or, you know, a shaman, a healer, what have you. This person is, or maybe it's you. Maybe this is what you're picking up for yourself. And your person might be a little bit different, but I feel like you and this person, you both will kind of balance each other out at some point, but we'll clarify this in a second. You have the Tower, so this is something you cannot control, Virgo. The month of October, this Tower moment, this is Scorpio. This may happen Scorpio season, and we do have a partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. So guys, this is something you cannot control. The universe is pushing you and your relationship with this person, or when it comes to relationships in general, it is pushing you towards this window of opportunity here. It's pushing you towards change within yourself. It's pushing you and forcing you to see that you have no control here. It is time for you, Virgo, to have faith. It's your turn to have faith now. It's your turn to grasp opportunities. It's your turn to free yourself of stress, of anxiety, of, you know, low self-esteem. The universe is here to help you. I don't know what that help looks like, because sometimes the universe helping us looks a little bit scary at times. But this Tower moment is meant to help you along your way. Then we have the 9 of Wands. Courage, seeing things through, pushing forward. There are those of you where a relationship with someone is just going to grow and blossom, and you're so determined to keep this person. You're so determined to work out a relationship with this person. You guys persevere through so much. But there's something that your eyes are opening to, Virgo. There's a part of you that's not going to be the same. You in a relation, this relationship with someone is really, the universe is pushing it someplace. And you have to be willing to have the courage to see it through. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Blades. That's Aquarius once again. So there are those of you, you're dealing with an Aquarius, or you have a lot of Aquarius in your chart, or this is someone that you're dealing with, or it's you. You or another person are not so focused on dreams, not so focused on spiritual things, not really focused on how you feel. You're more focused on what you're thinking about. You're focused on acting on your thoughts, not your feelings. Or maybe this is how another person, your partner or your friend or a family member is, that's how they are. I also just get the sense if there's a relationship where you just feel like, oh, maybe I need to leave this relationship, or I shouldn't. I don't think I can see. That's up to you though. If there's a romantic partnership or a friendship where you feel like I don't want to do it anymore, leave it alone, right? You can leave it. You can break up with that person, because at the end of the day, what's meant for you will always come back to you. Okay, so no matter how many times you let it go, the universe is going to bring it back to you. But this can also be advice to you, Virgo, letting you know that relationships do not have to be perfect right off the bat. You can still be yourself around this person. They may have certain, this could be a parent, somebody that you love very much, and it could be a significant other where they may say little things that make you feel like, triggered, make you feel like they don't accept you for who you are. But what I'm getting here is that your perspective of how this relationship should grow is changing. This is just maybe for a couple of you. Others of you, this Tower moment may be just you walking away. Okay, but looking at the Nine of Wands here, I feel like you're going to persevere. But it can also mean that you're just going to have the courage to break up with someone. But once again, I still don't see a breakup here. I'll have to clarify these. Okay? Even if you're getting into a new relationship or a new friendship, your perspective of how relationships should grow and thrive is changing. And you're letting go of that perfectionist attitude. Or maybe there's someone else who is letting go of that perfectionist attitude. I'll clarify these cards for you, Virgo. Clarify these cards for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for October 2022. Clarify these tarot cards for Virgo for October 2022. Okay, yeah, there's some arguments, feeling jaded or feeling like there's someone who just doesn't understand you. They're not trying to understand you. They're not letting you, they're not hearing you. They're not seeing you. And that's how you feel, or maybe that is what's going on. Ace of Swords, there's some answers. You're going to get some answers. You're going to get some clarity either from that person or just within yourself. You're going to realize something. And again, this can definitely be a breakup for some of you, where you're just having faith that the universe is going to grow you and change you for the better, leaving this relationship behind. But others of you, this is you realizing, and if this is you bullying someone else in a relationship because you don't see how, what you don't understand being a free spirit, that the universe is changing that for you, Virgo. We have the Ace of Cups. So you have two aces here, clarifying the Nine of Rods. Perseverance, courage, seeing things through, and not shying away from this change. Don't shy. Whatever this change is, Virgo. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Moon. So once again, there are things that you can't see. Some of you guys have Pisces in your chart. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. No, you cannot see in front of you. No, you cannot see how this is going to pan out. For those of you who are wondering how a relationship is going to pan out between you and another person, if you're two different people, I don't think that's the question you should be asking. I think the question is, how do you want it to pan out? What are some things about yourself that need to change? And how does the other person want it to pan out? How should they change? And how can you guys have that conversation around what you need to change and what they need to change, and having those honest conversations? Because the Ace of Swords here represents honesty, clarity, okay? And the Ace of Cups is love. So it's having very honest conversations with certain people in your life, but having it, doing it in love and understanding, but being very clear. So there may be someone who's going to be very clear with you, Virgo, in a relationship about how they feel about some things that you're doing or not doing, or you need to be very clear with someone else, because this Five of Swords energy is blocking a lot of things. There's a lot of harsh words being said, people not seeing eye to eye, one person trying to one up the other. That's not the type of conversations you guys should be having. And the Tower moment here is showing me that the universe is going to step in and bring in some clarity. It may not be clarity that you want to hear. Maybe it's about yourself. Maybe it's about the relationship not working out. Whatever the situation is, the Nine of Wands coming out is Leo energy. That's confidence that things are going to work out no matter what. Whether you break up with this person or distance yourself from this person for a time, or if you guys stay together. Whether it's a friend, family member, or a significant other. And no, you will not be able to see the outcome right off the bat. You just have to make a choice. If this is a relationship that's very abusive, like very, very abusive, and this person has not changed, I do not condone staying in a relationship if there's cheating. But if you choose to stay, you really need to pay attention and come to clarity about what that means for you and that person. Understand with the Ace of Cups what that means about the healing process. And with the Moon card, this can also be some, maybe you need to keep this to yourself. If this is just between you and this other person. If this is more about change for you personally, if you're not in a romantic partnership and this is not about a friend, this is about you realizing with the Two of Cups what it is that you truly want in life. What are you passionate about? And not to beat yourself up with the Five of Swords, not give in to these bullying thoughts, these intrusive thoughts of fear, and go after what you want. And then you have the Tower card, and this is a Tower moment that may happen in your life with your job, maybe just inside of you spiritually and mentally, where you're going to start pondering some things, and they're just going to make sense. You're going to come to clarity about some things and start thinking about, like, wow, like I was totally thinking in a different frequency back then, right? You'll come into clarity about who you want to be, where you want to go. And once you gain that clarity, it's going to give you even more adrenaline and more confidence to push forward with the Nine of Wands, with that Leo energy. And you're going to realize how much more love, how much more you can romanticize your life. But that all comes from having faith with the Moon card, having faith that no matter how dark it is ahead of you, in front of you, you may not be able to see in front of you, but there are blessings ahead. There are better times ahead. Okay? Have faith, Virgo. Go with the flow. Let go of perfectionism. No one's perfect. As I say, we are perfectly imperfect. Okay? Much love and light to all of you, Virgo. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.